while, crocodile. That's not the same, but.
In a while, crocodile.
Right, the other way around.
See you later,
like,
alligator.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Coach Abby, Coach Logan, and we're here today to discuss some different topics that Logan will share with us.
So if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, these blogs get posted in there weekly on Fridays.
The Nobi News.
Generally. So
Put a link to our website down below. So if you want to subscribe to the newsletter.
Or you haven't already.
Right.
For those who aren't part of the gym. Regardless, we have these blogs on our website, and then they're more of a black and white view on how to do things that's very generalized. So for now, for our topics, we're going to talk about how we apply these things, instances where we do more of anecdotal versus scientifically proven would be, I guess, the way. So
yeah, just bringing some personal experience and
human element.
Right.
The blog title was Unlocking Your Superpowers, 5 Tips for Better Sleep, which it's tough. This came out on Cinco de Mayo, if we're going to date it. Cinco de Drinko, for those of you. So sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your body. It is your superpower. If you ever needed one, that would be the one to do as we consume caffeine.
Yeah.
Shout out Reggie's. So
It's before 1.
Yeah. So optimally for myself, I now recently, because it is warmer months, I like to go for walks in the morning. And with the sunshine exposure and all those things, it helps promote my circadian rhythm, gets me going for the day. I also, throughout the day, try to limit my caffeine towards the afternoon. So some days are rougher than others. I'm trying to limit it 9 hours before bedtime. So my bedtime's about 1. So I have about 4 minutes to consume all this caffeine.
Your bedtime's at 1?
I'm sorry, my bedtime is at 10. It's 1, 9 math.
Yeah.
So limiting my caffeine towards or front loading it towards the beginning of the day and not allowing so much caffeine to be consumed in the afternoon. How's your morning routine?
My morning routine?
Yeah.
It depends a little bit on the day. If I'm coaching in the morning, sometimes I feel a little bit like I'm rushing to get everything together to start the day, but generally I am up and moving, make some coffee, drink some water, head to the gym on those days. Try not to drink my coffee right away. Allow my body to wake up a little bit more on its own and get into the day before I slap some caffeine in. I don't know.
I mean, however you want to do it.
Yeah, right.
That's up to you.
Right. And then on the days when I'm not coaching, I usually just go a little bit slower, kind of do the same thing, but don't rush into any of the things, or like it's nice to not have a timeline all the time. So same stuff though, wake up, drink some water, make my Chemex coffee. That's pretty standard routine. And then try to get some kind of movement, walking, come work out, whatever it is that day. So stretching, meditation, I kind of go through all those different things, whatever feels good on the day.
So keeping in mind, that routine is super important for circadian rhythm. You want to go to bed at the same time, you want to wake at the same time. What do you do to make sure that stays pretty solid for you, even days that you don't coach?
What do I do? The main thing is probably in the evening, just trying to like wind down and get the same amount of sleep every night. That's probably where I get the most, because I'm not always waking up at the same time. Like sometimes I'm waking up at 4:30, and then other days I'm waking up at 5:30. And sometimes on my mornings where I don't have to coach in the morning, I'll sleep until like 6:30 and be able to get 9 hours of sleep instead of 8. That isn't always the case though. Sometimes I just do wake up because my body's used to it. But pretty much always take my time getting my coffee. 60 to 90 minutes after I wake up is usually whenever I drink it. And then in the evening time, just really trying to kind of do the same things in low stimulus in the evening. So nothing on TV that's going to get my brain going too much. I mean, doesn't mean I can't be interested in it, but it's not something that's going to like make me start thinking about a bunch of different things or like really be super thought-provoking. Although learning about quantum computing before bed.
Not a good idea.
Oh, that put me right to sleep.
It's
It's so complicated that it just tired, like I was so tired trying to figure out what was happening that I slept like a baby. So
What'd you learn about quantum computing?
that basically the quantum computer can like solve problems that like a regular computer can't. And because it can be more ready to like understand what answers are, because the lady spun the coin and like the coin is ready to be on either side, but I can't really remember what that's called.
Superposition?
Superposition, yes.
Schrodinger's cat?
Yeah. So like the quantum computer is ready to find more answers because the quantum thingies, what are they called?
I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
It's not like proton, neutron, but it's like the quantum equivalent of that.
Pretty close to quant. But yeah.
Quanton, I don't know.
Croutons.
You're right. I can't really remember all the specifics, but it was really complicated.
Right. So as Abby starts to get sleepy about it,
yeah.
if you are interested in quantum computing, there's a really good thing on The Wire. We'll link it below. The 5 levels that discusses quantum computing from a kindergartner up to an expert. Yep.
That's me.
So
I also learned that computers, like regular computers, run on math. And that was something I didn't know before. So, or maybe I knew it and I just didn't realize that, like it never connected. So basically a quantum computer can solve more complicated math to like find new answers. I don't know. It's wild.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm glad for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's please, if I totally botched that, let me know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So routine.
Yes,
Back
sleep. So if, something like that just gets my brain glossed over and ready for bed, basically. I was literally, I was so tired. But anyway,
my favorite
go
thing.
for it.
Yeah. So my routine is usually attached to the sunrise sunset. So in the summers, it's a little bit later. In the winters, it kind of goes a little bit more.
Good old winter.
Yeah, good old winter. A little bit more sleep. I tend to get 7.5 to 9 hours. So understanding that circadian rhythms, the ultradian rhythms itself are about 90 minutes. I try to get my sleep somewhere within that 7.5 to 9 hours range. And that makes it to where waking up is a little bit easier, not coming out of deep sleep, being able to actually ride the wave of the sleep cycle best I can. For the same idea with the routine before bed, Joe Tagemeyer flying around his drone in Giga, Texas, is the same thing. You know what you're gonna get, and it's very cathartic.
Predictable.
Yeah, 30 minutes of just drone flying over Texas. And I went to school originally for atmospheric science, geology major, or geology minor is what it would end up being. So I love seeing the terrain and understanding the engineering behind all that stuff. Very high level. So.
What's something that might seem like a small thing, but is something that will really jack up your sleep?
Alcohol would wreck me. It would be ruined. More than one reason. Alcohol would be terrible.
And even just like one drink.
Any type of alcohol consumption. Being very stimulated before bed. Anything that involves stimulation, not allowing myself the 60 to 90 minutes of wind down time that's doing something mindless that is, for anybody that's highly anxious, being able to have predictability, just that this is what happens at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. The lights turn red when the sun goes down. I get my shower, I get my teeth in my aligners or whatever, and then Joe Tagemeyer comes on and YouTube myself to sleep. That having that evening routine, just traveling recently, not having that, it definitely, I'm able to fall asleep, but the quality of sleep is not as good as it could be.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, yes. What about you?
Honestly, fortunately for me, not that much really can totally mess up my sleep if I'm trying to fall asleep. One of the main things is if I watch a show that is too much. I don't know, a lot of people watch The Last of Us. If I watch The Last of Us before bed, like, I'll be dreaming and awake and dreaming and awake and dreaming and awake and just not have a good night's sleep. So it's just much better to watch those things during the day, not right before bed, and then also just have like crazy weird dreams that wake me up or are scary. And I'm definitely prone to nightmares, so anything that could put me in a state where I'm going to be a little bit more prone to nightmares is not good for me. But fortunately, other than that, not very much really. I pretty much can sleep in most conditions. So,
Cool. All right, we can sign this one off.
yeah. All right. Sounds good. Bye, everybody.